Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Bleav.
Doesn't matter if you were an Indian or if you're a Warhawk.
The ULM mention is the greatest. You'd hope for the best as a ULM fan, but
this is the Bleav in the Warhawks podcast with hosts Dusty Thibodeaux and Chase Regian.
Chase, you always have such great insight.
Tibbs is going to bleep it all.
What are these guys always talking about?
We talk a lot about food on this podcast, and I'm going to continue to do so.
Really, really appreciative of the people and the community and the way that they've backed us up.
Nailed the introduction, by the way. Awesome.
Thanks,
I love
Fish.
it. Chase, I always think of you every Christmas. It's the big guy holiday.
Okay, that's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
What'd you want me to say?
Our friendship. You're thankful for friendship, or
Well, no, that's
podcast.
for the New Year's. I mean, for Christmas, we go all out.
Okay. Well, I thought of you too. I didn't. I was eating and I wasn't worried about you.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Chase. We had a close game in basketball against Kansas State. It was a great showing. I think my exact text to head coach Phil Cunningham post game was, "Damn it, we're so close."
So close. Hey, it's do it against a blue blood like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ugly dude at center for K-State. Buka. A 7'2" Italian guy. I didn't know they made Italians that big.
I'm glad you called somebody else ugly on this podcast. I feel like it's just me that usually calls everybody ugly here.
Well, we have somebody join us tonight. She is not the ugly one, but she has done some huge things, putting ULM on the soccer map, more so than your wife did, Chase.
She's going to text you about that.
Probably. Skylar Blaise. She wasn't quite an All-American, but she's our All-American. Top 100, top drawer soccer player. Went to the NWSL Combine, the all-time leading scorer. She's the Colton Browning of soccer, though, Chase. That's all I can say to compare her.
Absolutely.
She's on the Mount Everest. So, Skylar, welcome in.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
So, the number one question. You're from San Jose, California, at least per your bio, went to Lake Tahoe Community College. How did you wind up on the Bayou?
Yes, so I am from California, city of San Jose. I did 2 years over at my junior college straight out of high school, did 2 years there, and then my coach, Will Roberts and Matt, after the whole ordeal of the 2 years, they got in contact with me, and then they reached out, and me and my dad went on a visit. And you know what? One thing about California, usually, and I know a lot of Californians can relate to this, is we stick in this bubble of just staying in California. But I just wanted that out-of-state experience, and I'm glad that I did. So I committed to ULM.
When you came on your visit to ULM, what was kind of your initial impression? Was it kind of the shock and awe of the Bayou, the library, or was it just kind of like, yeah, this will do?
You know what? When I went on a visit, I mean, it was bigger than the community college that I previously went to. It was way more, bigger facility. It had a cafeteria. We didn't have a cafeteria. It definitely had more benefits coming from a junior college. You definitely have way more benefits from coming junior college and then all the way to D1. But my initial thought was I'm going to play soccer here and I'm not going to be outside of Monroe and exploring everything. So I knew it was definitely the right step. And then my dad also helped me and was like, yeah, I think you should definitely commit here. And then, yeah, the rest is history. So, yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
Seriously, yeah. He's been a part of my soccer career and my mom, but they've helped me with the decisions for sure. It's gotten me far, so.
So you come in really leaving your mark, like I said, with 25 goals all time. What was kind of the secret to the sauce? Like, what was it about playing at ULM that really propelled you to be such the star that you are?
I think a lot of girls can relate to this when you're playing, when you get into high school soccer and then you transition into college soccer, you want to develop every year. And I knew I had goals set, and I've told my coaches this, like my first year did okay, and then my second year I was like, I'm going to do better than my first year. And then my third year, luckily I had that JUCO eligibility, but I written down my goals for myself, and I told myself that I'm going to be player of the year, and I made that happen. So I definitely held my teammates to a high accountability, but also myself, because I only got myself. And I know that if I want to go far, especially with soccer has taken me so far, and hopefully I can play professionally because that is the next step. But I written down my goals, and then I was very driven to, even with our conference, even the first time doing conference, that was on my note sheet. Every single time I would go into my locker, I would look at this thing and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I made it happen. So I think this year was probably the best result that we could ever get. But yeah, just staying on top of it with my teammates and myself.
So you kind of, for lack of a better terms, I'm sorry, this offends you, Skylar. You kind of slum it out in JUCO for a little bit, for 2 years. You
Yeah.
make the transition, 20 or 30 hours away from your hometown.
Uh-huh.
You go to ULM. You have some success early, but really this last year, just kind of felt like women's soccer, ULM women's soccer was kind of on the precipice there for a little bit. What kind of clicked this year to just made y'all so good?
It's definitely, I mean, I think you hear this a lot, but it's accountability. And I know the JUCO level is completely different from D1. And then we have the ACC and these other conference and the SECs. But I think just coming into preseason, we have a short summer, but it's coming in here. And then we had great captains this year, myself, Libby, and Beth. And we set a high standard, especially for these freshmen. It's no joking around. We have a standard. We have a board saying that we want to go into the tournament. We have to do this, we have to do that. And our coaches are in our ears saying that we have to do this and nothing is given to us, but we have to do it for ourselves. And I think with the last 2 years, I mean, it was great. But then this last year, I think it was just ramping up. Like we were more hungry to win.
So, with every sport this day and age in college, you start getting a little success. The bigger guys keep creeping into the picture, and they want to throw some NIL money. What kind of kept you around ULM, or were those opportunities not really extended as much in soccer?
I stuck around. I mean, I could have gone to the transfer portal, but again, I mean, it's also a huge risk when you enter the transfer portal. And I was already comfortable where I was at, and I knew that I can develop as a player. And then I had the coaches and the coaching staff just helping me acclimate better as a player. So especially with coaches, I think it's really hard. I mean, you have the great coaches, you have the bad coaches, and some girls fall out of love for their sport, but I knew that this program would develop. So I didn't want to take the risk of going into the portal and maybe dropping to a D2 or no one picking me up. So it is definitely a risk factor in it all.
You've played soccer for a long time, and to make that commitment to JUCO and then to come on, what's kept you going? Why soccer? Like how have you always loved it? Something you've always wanted to do? Like what pushes you to continue to want to play the game?
You know, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of girls that have started at like the age of 4, but I started at the age of 7. And I don't know, it's just something, it's different from doing academics and then you have something on the side that you're very passionate about. And then I can look back of when I used to play club soccer in high school, and I see how far I've come and how much success I've gotten out of it, and then also getting a full ride scholarship has definitely helped my parents and myself. And then I just feel like I just keep on growing. I'm just like, this sport has never done me wrong in any way, and I just love it, and I love playing the game. So I've just stuck with it. I don't know. It's just there's some days where you're just like, oh gosh, like I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Like I
I don't
have
want
had
to
that
keep
period.
running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. I mean, I've had that period of I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but then I'm just like I've talked to a lot of my friends that have played this sport and they've all felt that way. So you just have to stay very driven, and it has taken me far. So if you get paid especially to play the sport that you love, by all means, I'm sticking with it.
I know another person that was really pushing you really hard, coach of the year, Will Roberts. What did he really bring to the table? And now that he's gone to Old Dominion, how does ULM kind of fill that gap?
I feel like it definitely, I mean, athletes, we all go through it with the transfer portal. I mean, he was a great coach, a great guy. Same with Matt and Daisy, too. I knew there was going to be a time to come because I know I've always asked him, his main goal for coaching is wanting to be a national champion. I mean, he's done it himself. And hopefully the next person that comes into ULM can succeed, because I will always be a ULM supporter, biggest fan. So whoever the next head coach, I really hope that they can keep it going and keeping the program to arise. But yeah, I've had nothing but good things to say about Will and Matt.
What do you think? Where do you think they go for next, in your opinion? What kind of coach? What direction should they head? Tibbs and I had this debate, and we
For
realized
ULM?
about halfway through it. Yeah, but Tibbs and I had this debate. We realized about halfway through it that we don't know anything about hiring soccer coaches. So we're relying on your
Yeah, and
expertise. Tell us who they should hire.
Oh, I don't know who's wanting to take that position, but I know, I mean, I've been a private coach for little girls, and Monroe is not a huge, like, it's like from California, soccer's really big. And I mean, it's a worldwide sport, but coming into Monroe, luckily I've taken girls in and I've trained them. And I'm like, you got to do this, you got to have the tools in order to develop and become the type of player you want to be if you want to play college. But I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, we just got a whole new athletic director. I don't know what his vision is for the soccer program. So I don't know. I just really hope, because I know girls there, like freshmen and sophomores and juniors, that definitely they need someone that's going to step in there and be like, we need to defend the title.
So you get a chance to keep playing. Talk to us about the NWSL Combine. What was that experience like?
Oh, that was lovely. Lovely, lovely. I initially thought it was 40 girls, but it turned out to be 24. A lot of girls from BYU, TCU. I'm trying to think a lot of girls in the SEC and the ACC, big time schools, but all of us, I mean, we don't have chemistry, but it was a 3-day thing. We had double days. It was all women staff. It was great to be a part of that whole. I mean, it was the first NWSL combine because they usually had a draft, but then no longer a draft. But I mean, when you get to this part of the league, especially going to NWSL, I know ID camps, you get competitive, but when just meeting with all those girls, you're just trying to root them on and just like, hey, I hope you go over here to Utah or you go to the new Denver Summit team. Just like it's definitely different, but I was just so happy that I got invited. But it was a heavy load too for those 3 days.
So where are you at on that? I mean, obviously you have an agent representing you because now it's kind of a free for all of a bidding war. Do you
Right.
think that that's a league that you see yourself playing in?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched them grow. There's more teams like just Denver Summit that has joined the league, and then Atlanta that's going to join the league. But I know it's very high competition. I watched their games, and there's so many. I mean, there's international girls, but then there's girls that came from top name schools, top girls like forwards, defenders. But I'm just like, put me in that league because I want to compete and I want to be in that league. And I do have an agent and she's working for me. She's lovely. And one thing about it's a whole new thing with having an agent because usually, like, let's say you're entering the transfer portal and you can do it all yourself, but you're relying on one person to make you look good for these other coaches. So I'm just hoping that I get placed somewhere, but you know what? Wherever I do get placed, I'm ready to work hard.
So walk me through this. You go to a combine, you play for 3 days, and then you kind of just get signed to a team, chose to a team. I know Tibbs told me they don't have a draft anymore. How does that work?
So since it's a tricky period of time with Christmas and then New Year's coming up, a lot of the coaches are out of office, but getting invited to the combine, it wasn't all the coaches, but there was a select few of coaches that were at the combine. But I mean, it's almost like a scouting report. They can look at you and be like, okay, we want you to come to our preseason trial and try out for the team, or they're going to give you contracts. So I have seen girls signed, but I know I was just talking to my agent actually today, and she was saying that things are going to pick up next week. So hopefully I hear something good.
So awesome for that. But just know there was almost room for you on the Bayou to expand outside of soccer. We needed a kicker in football. Did you ever get approached or even throw your hand up saying, I got you, BV?
I love Coach Vincent too. I've actually gone in a relationship with him and his wife. I mean, I always wish the football team best. I have a boyfriend, Steven Gorski, that's on the team. But I think with NCAA, especially Libby too in the center back, she's got a foot on her. I know I would back her to make any field goal, but we didn't get approached. They were asking us if we knew any guys that could kick, but since we were both in season, we couldn't kick for the football team.
There wasn't even all right, coach, I'll do it for you. I'm giving up soccer. I'll go play football full time.
I don't know about all that. I do wish them the best, but yeah. I feel like I could kick a field goal. I don't know how far. I've always wanted to, but yeah.
You didn't even try. Skylar.
No, I know I didn't try. But then also our coach was like, "No, like we gotta handle business. We gotta handle business. But football will handle their business, but we gotta handle ours."
That's very fair. Y'all were kind of in the middle of a really successful season.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're done with ULM. You got your degree. What was the better feeling? Making it as the first team to the Sun Belt Conference Championship, your Player of the Year honors, or finally getting that degree that now you're free from all of school?
Can I say both? Is that allowed?
You can say whatever you want to say. Trust me, Chase does it all the time.
Well, I'm going to say both. Obviously, you, as being a student athlete, you work to get a degree, but then also you work because a lot of people who are athletes, you want to get a ring on your finger. You want to do some sort of success when you're in college. So I'm glad that I got to do both, especially for my last year. So I would say definitely both was awesome.
Did you get fitted yet? Do you know what size ring it is?
I did, yeah. Fun fact, I actually know all my ring size finger because of my mom, just with jewelry and everything. But yeah, once they sent that, I was like, oh, yep, I'm this size. Can't wait to get it.
Well, you put on your bio and ULM, it says you want to do real estate, and I hate to ask you what's next after soccer. I mean that, but what do you want to do? Do you want to get in coaching, Skylar? You sound like a coach.
Do
in
I?
a nice way. In a nice way.
Do I? I don't take offense to that at all.
Okay,
I don't take offense
to
that at all. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. See, if I go pro, I want to go until I'm burnt out. But also, real estate was in the back of my head. I've watched House Hunters. I've watched The Selling Sunset. I don't know, something like when I come into a house, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this architect is beautiful, or just something about it. But hopefully, I stick with soccer, but also real estate was on my mind too. But I feel like there will be other stuff that pops up for like benefits, but I can see myself coaching. But do I have the patience for it? Maybe or may not. But even I'm still in contact with my junior, my JUCO coach, and he just got a new job over at UNR, and he was like, whenever you're done professionally, like come be an assistant coach with me. So I've heard that a lot. So I don't know. We'll see.
Just remember, in the words of Gus Hauser at basketball, the key question of whether or not you want to be a coach, can you put enough food on your family's table from a 16 to 24-year-old kid? Because I know when I was 16 to 24, I was a dumbass, and I know I wouldn't. I gave my coaches hell. always the life lessons that I learned from coaches along the way.
What a pessimistic way. Skylar, it'd be a wonderful time to help develop, and it sounds like you've done a lot of that stuff. I just say that, and there's an opening on the Bayou. Who knows? You could be Sunbelt Player of the Year, and then in a few years, in like 15 years after your amazing professional career, you go be the Coach of the Year.
Yeah, come back to the Bayou.
Go on.
I know. That would be awesome. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I love the sport, and I've gone through so much that coming from a junior college and then coming D1, and now I'm going to go play professional soccer. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. So, yeah, I've worked with a lot of great coaches, and then also the Beast Mode coach that worked with Alex Morgan. So I definitely have a lot that I know that I can help. And that's why I do private coaching for little girls in Monroe, because they don't have the soccer like I did in California, and I love to give back. That is one thing. So, yeah.
I just love, she mentioned boyfriend, Steven Gorski. He's only a sophomore, so we get a couple more years of seeing her on the Bayou, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be at the football games and soccer games too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Skylar, I've got my favorite question we ask a lot of our guests on the show, which is, you had plenty of time in Monroe, so I have high expectations for this question, okay? For this
Okay,
answer.
let's see.
What is your favorite restaurant in Monroe, Louisiana?
You know what? Oh, what if I have two? I love Papi Loco. I love Papi Loco on Tuesdays, but Cotton, their steak, to die for. But Papi Loco too. Have you guys been to Papi Loco on Tuesdays?
No,
I tell you what, you can take the girl out of California, but you can't take the California out of the girl, huh?
That is one good spot, is Papi Loco. Goodness, every Tuesday I would be there with my beach volleyball friends, and we loved our Taco Tuesdays.
I got to check it out next time I'm in town. I don't know when that'll be, but
you do. I'm telling you, it's a really good spot in Monroe.
Noted. I'm sure that they have no breakfast burrito like Chase always loves from Daily Press.
I love Daily Press. I miss it.
Yeah, we used to get,
and they have such trash Mexican food in Monroe.
Yeah, but trust me, I know good Mexican food, but I'm telling you, Papi Loco's the spot.
Well, the answer was okay. The answer to my question was okay. I'll give you a B. But first person to say Papi Loco, so that's pretty cool.
The hidden gems.
And I think the first is to also mention Cotton. We get a lot of Waterfront Grill, Johnny's
Pizza. What'd you rate Johnny's Pizza? Don't tell me an A.
No.
It's an A+. You add Johnny's Pizza with the fake nacho cheese sauce. Son,
oh no,
son!
You're not allowed to
start
rate
this podcast off with fat guy talk.
You're not allowed to rate anymore.
I'm glad Chase doesn't have the button that can boot people off. He'd probably be dumping you right now there, Skylar.
Oh, that's okay.
Can't thank you enough for stopping by, hanging out with us, and telling us the ins and outs of soccer. Always look forward to it. Love to see if you make it to my hometown now of the Houston Dash. Never
wow.
been to a game there, but I would definitely make sure that I went to go see the good old local product, the ULM product there.
Awesome. Yes, that would be huge. Thank you guys so much for having me too. This was great. I wish you all the best as well.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Chase, I love having legends like that on the show.
Yeah, you put her to Colton Browning, and that might be offensive to her. I mean, she was crazy.
I couldn't come up with a better analogy.
Ben Sheets, maybe?
Ben Sheets, Chuck Finley,
Humphreys,
Stan Humphreys,
Steven?
Yeah.
But she's in that conversation. Seriously, I mean, you're going to see her name on a plaque in a few years.
I think so.
Deservedly so.
I'd vote for her. One thing I won't vote for, though, Chase, coming out of Warhawk Report, breaking down the spring way too early look at the offense. It's depressing. At the running back position, there is only Tyrell Reed, Deshaun Ford, and Jaden Wright coming back, with Reed as the leading rusher with 35 carries for 137 yards.
Yeah, but do you think that that's just – I mean, you had two studs, right? You had him on the first year, and I know Deshaun wasn't there. You have two studs this year that are older, more experienced guys. I know one of them transfers. But I don't know, Tibbs. I like the way Deshaun Ford ran the ball. And I think Reed was more explosive, but do you think it's just that they don't have the experience? I mean, I think it's too early on that note to say that they're not good.
No, but it's definitely concerning. I mean, if you have Bam back, you're like, okay, there's our number one back. Now we got to find that 2 and 3 because we're going to eat the running backs with just the amount that we run the ball. But that's scary going into that because Deshaun Ford, yeah, he had some touches on the season, but he spent more time on his scooter injured than he did on the field.
Yes, he did, which is scary for a power back. It's not like he's not looking like the pass catcher out of the backfield. Maybe he can. Maybe I just didn't see it. But you're right. If you're having injury issues early on, that you hope and pray that doesn't continue to do it. Because you're right. We're going to run that ball 40 times a game, 45 times a game.
And the big guys up front, it's another big question. I mean, Jay Mickle, Fish, and Reese Steele gone from graduation.
Right.
And so really the only returners you have that saw significant snaps, Crosswell, Nate Green, and AJ Vincent, they saw action in 11 games. We got 2 junior college guys coming in where Freddie Gavin, he was blocking for the 6th best passing offense in the Mississippi junior college ranks at East Central Mississippi. And then Darius Green was a part of the 5th best offense in that same Mississippi junior college at Colin.
Well, Green, who, not the new guy, the old one. I call him old, but he's still young. Really, when he got in that Lafayette game, was impressive. I think I have high hopes for him there in the middle. But the tackles, man, were such an issue this year for us, and it's scary. And you got to hope that. I mean, there's another transfer portal, right? I mean, I hope they just play that heavy.
We're in the portal, and then you have the spring recruiting session as well.
You know, I know this is going to sound crazy, especially, and I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me throughout the year, but it's a blessing not to have to be looking for a quarterback. And you saw what Aiden can do there in Lafayette. If he can keep that going, man, this is going to get real fun.
Yeah, I think the one concern I have about Aiden is, again, just having that backup guy. because his helmet's going to come off like we've seen all season long. He's going to get banged up at some point. I feel pretty good with Landon Graves on a short term, but I don't know if we have to have another instance where Aiden was out, Hunter was out. Is Landon really your guy to take over that starting reins, or is the new guy coming in, Christopher Johnson, or Christian Johnson rather, the guy that is the man? I mean, he did throw for over 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, 59% completion. But is that your heir apparent?
I mean, did Kimbrough just get buried in this depth chart? Is he transferred? Something I haven't seen. I mean, I really had high hopes for who he was going to be.
He's still around, but you got to remember this is the way too early spring look, and so based on him getting snaps and handing off last year in the Bama game and the Southern Miss game, I don't think you can say he's good, bad, or indifferent. I think the jury's still out on that.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. I think that, at number 2, and Landon came in and showed flashes, but I don't know if that's really, what's your answer to it. And especially if we're talking way too early, you're right. You've got me convinced. It looks a little spooky right now.
But I think that's how you kind of enter every spring, because there's so many question marks. Is Deshaun Ford healthy and can participate? I have no idea. Could be, could not be. He could trip walking down the sidewalk tomorrow and be out for the spring, and so I think it's a bunch of hypotheticals. But just looking at it right now on the surface, it's kind of bleak. But also knowing that, like you said, we have portal, we have the spring signing class. We'll bring in some dudes. We've seen that in the past where Brian Vincent brought in some unrecruited guy out of Mississippi that turned into a 2-time All-American.
And you're talking about way too early. I see his name on all the Heisman stuff way too early.
If you heard on Fun Belt Podcast, Shane Metlin voted him number 2 on the Heisman.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good for him. Excited we're on his resume. It's still in his Twitter bio, X bio, sorry.
Is it? I guess I don't follow him.
Wow, that is petty.
Man, you leave the bio, you're dead to me. Hear that, Chase? So when you hit the portal, you're dead to me.
No, unfortunately, bud, you're stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah, me as well. And until Santa Claus comes and gets me or something like that, however that works out. But Chase, when you look across at that offensive side, I kind of point out the doomsday scenarios there, but are you really that worried going into this year, or do you feel that we're better than we were going into 2025?
I don't think we're better. I think I'm more scared because you don't have an all-conference center and guard that you didn't fish. And I believe this game is won through two ways on offense. Is your line any good? And is the guy catching the snap any good? And I probably, thinking about it, we're probably in a similar boat, to be honest, because yes, we lose Fish. Yes, you lose Jay Mickle. But again, you're not worried about the guy can snap as much as you need to improve your offensive line. And, I think you're worried about depth right now, and you're worried about who that playmaker is going to be. And it needs to be one person other than Aiden Armenta, and we've got to get him some help there at receiver. I think Trujillo was a great step. If we can add one more weapon in this offense, I think we'll be in an okay spot. I trust in Deshaun Ford, but you got to shore up that offensive line. You got to get some playmakers in.
Yeah, the big receiver that I'm anxious to see. I don't think he's an early enrollee, but see him maybe over fall camp. Jaden Bobo Tucker, the signee, high school signee.
Whoa.
Coaches were excited about him and ready to see him step on the Bayou there. He's supposed to be a guy out of Holmes County Central High School, Lexington, Mississippi.
See, the problem with me is, Tibbs, is this is why I could never be a coach. Because if a kid comes up to me and says his name Bobo, I'm going to give him a full scholarship immediately.
Is that like is there certain like a neck tattoo that's another giveaway that you're getting a scholarship?
Neck tattoos, by the time you're 18, sign them immediately. Absolutely.
So that's all I had, Chase. Went back to the good old Bayou for Christmas. Just for you. Had some Javi peas. Had a little magic grill. It was good, but it just it felt like a little something was missing. R.I.P. Michael Rodriguez. We'll miss you, brother. Big supporter of the Warhawks, and definitely will be missed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I thought you were going to say about the bathroom that you had to go to right after all that was done. Because you gained some LBs this December.
Man, I've been putting on LBs like it's wintertime and I'm going into hibernation.
Well, good, Tibbs. I'm glad you got back to the motherland for an 80-degree Christmas.
Dude, it was brutal. It was almost like a 2-a-day.
I hate that for you. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody listening. This has been a great year. We're a year into the podcast, right?
We're a year in.
And I'm excited for another one, my friend.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you. And we'll do it again in 26.
Yes, sir.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.